Welcome to this week's edition of the Fordham Ram Roundup with the baseball team and head coach Kevin Leighton. Kevin, head into that final stretch, last 3 weekends of A-10 conference play, finishing up a 9-game road swing this weekend at George Mason. Team seems to be picking up offensively, swinging the bats a little bit better, hitting line drives, and getting on base a lot over the weekend against UMass Lowell. What have you seen over this long road swing heading into this weekend against George Mason with how that offense is kind of starting to get a little bit in gear?
Yeah, I mean, I think better, more consistent at bats, grinding out at bats. It's what we need to do. Last weekend, especially on Sunday, we had a lot of walks, laid off some pitches. So, we got to get to first base, and our offense starts at first base, and it's something that we're looking for. And once we can do that, we can move some guys up and score some runs. So.
Tuesday against Albany, you guys get a nice come-from-behind win, extra inning win where, again, you get a couple clutch hits from Jason Cools, the freshman outfielder, as well as you get a big hit from Billy Godric, who I know has struggled a little bit this season. But, again, it seemed like that was kind of a weight off his shoulders when that home run cleared the wall. Talk about their performances as they're heading into those last couple weekends.
Yeah, that's been, when Billy hit that ball and the home run to tie it, it was one of those where, for him, the way the season's been going, it's one of those that gets caught at the warning track. So it was a relief to see go over the fence. I mean, he's hit some balls hard that have been caught, and I know it's been a tough year for him, but, we needed that out of him. He had a big at-bat earlier with a big sac fly, and the home run was huge. So seeing him come through, especially in tight situations, is big, and I like those games where they're tight. I mean, I think we get more out of those games when they're like that for our guys than when we're up big or down big, obviously. So, and then Jason, having a freshman come up, second and third, 10th inning, I think it was, right? To hit a big double off a tough pitcher. I mean, that kid was pretty good. That showed a lot, and really happy for those guys and happy for our team.
This weekend, you finish up that 9-game road swing against George Mason. A big setup weekend for those last two against LaSalle and then Dayton. What do you see going into this weekend, as you finally finish up that road swing?
More of the same. I mean, I see a tough opponent. We've been talking with the guys a lot. I mean, records and stats mean nothing at this point. We have to take care of business, and we basically got to go one pitch at a time. I know it sounds cliche, but we have to win each pitch. And like I said before, I mean, we have to find our way to first base offensively. So we can't get thinking about anything other than George Mason and nothing beyond tomorrow. I mean, that's all we're thinking about is Friday and prepping and game planning for tomorrow. And after that, we start preparing for Saturday and so on and so forth.
Well, best of luck this weekend at George Mason, Kevin.
Thanks, Scott.
We continue our roundup with our player interview with junior outfielder Jake Baker. Jake, big week last week for you, co-A10 player of the week for yourself. When you're hitting as well as you did last week, does the ball look a little bit bigger out there? You hit 667 for the week.
Whenever you're hot, the ball just looks like a beach ball coming in. And I think you can attribute that to just slowing the game down, taking some deep breaths, and remembering to have fun out there.
This offense seems to be hitting a little bit of its stride for yourself toward that bottom of the order as that 9 spot and that second leadoff hitter. How important is it to get that rollover in the lineup that you get production from 1 through 9, and it's always a tough out?
Yeah, the 9 spot is it's an interesting role to fill. Maybe not the most glamorous, but it's really important just to have a base runner coming into our best hitters at the top of the lineup. For CJ, J-Mac, Barty, those guys drive in runs, and our job at the bottom of the order is just to set the table and let them eat.
This weekend, you guys are at George Mason, another big A-10 series as you hit that final stretch of 9 games with LaSalle and Dayton in upcoming weeks. But it's another big road trip. It's going to be their home field. They're going to want to protect home field. What does the team have to do game by game to come away with those wins?
I think first we got to trust our pitching. Those guys have been so consistent for us and always so reliable. And then at the plate, just remember to be comfortable. I think this game can put a lot of pressure on you, but whenever you take a step back, it's just having fun. Going into the plate and knowing that you can be confident and you can play this game because you have a lot of talent and you've made it to this point already. So I think if our hitters go up to the plate with that mentality and we trust our pitching, not a lot of teams that can beat us.
Well, best of luck this week, Jake, and good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
That'll do it for this week's edition of the Fordham Ram Roundup. Special thanks to head coach Kevin Leighton and Jake Baker for joining us. Fordham baseball's at George Mason this weekend, Friday through Sunday. Games at 3, 2, and 1 currently on the schedule. Make sure to check out FordhamSports.com for any updates on the schedule. All 3 games are going to be broadcast by George Mason on ESPN+, live stat links as well as those live video links also on FordhamSports.com. For the Fordham Ram Roundup, I'm Scott Kwiatkowski. We'll see you next time.